violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Well, only Channel 2 has this video of a high-speed chase and a pit maneuver right in the middle of a busy Atlanta freeway. Police say the suspect carjacked several people. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie spoke to the young officer behind the wheel who only had that training just 2 weeks ago.
Nice. I remember, playing Need for Speed and having the pit maneuver done on my vehicle many times. They throw the spike strips out there. What a time, okay? But it's good to see that the police training is actually working. It usually does, contrary to what people like to say. And I know they're going to get in the comments, oh, the police aren't your friends, this, and the third. Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but who are you going to call when you get your car jacked by one of these super gremlins on demon time?
The scuffs that you see here are from me utilizing the pit maneuver.
You had just gone through the pit training.
Yes, sir.
It looks like the training took.
Yes, sir. It really worked, as long as you listen and follow directions.
Atlanta police officer Therese Griffey says he just finished PIT, Precision Immobilization Technique training in which he repeatedly used the PIT in practice less than 2 weeks before he put it into action for real.
And these dudes, they're not even making money off of these carjackings. They're just doing it to get a joyride. That's the crazy thing about it.
August 30th on a man.
Get out of the car. Hey, cover me. Get on the ground now.
Suspected of repeatedly carjacking victims. 2 in Atlanta, 1 in College Park.
When it was all over,
Yes, sir.
what was happening inside you?
First, I just wanted to thank God for keeping me safe, keeping everybody on the road safe, getting the guy apprehended so he wouldn't hurt anyone else,
And he wasn't hurt.
Hey, shout out to this officer, man. He's up there with Officer Brooks, bruh. No cap.
Either.
Yes, sir. It was good.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Atlanta Police Interim Chief Darren Shearbaum says APD recently decided to re-emphasize the PIT program and recently put 14 officers through refresher training. Also far from the ACE unit, Auto Crimes Enforcement, though the next date will include another unit.
What happened here was we had 2 carjackings that happened back to back, just minutes apart. And in both of those cases, citizens were forcibly removed from their vehicle. In the second one, a father...
Man, it's getting bad in Atlanta. They finna start going crazy with the carjackings. These super carjacking gremlins are on demon time.
Daughter were injured as the individual was stealing the vehicle.
How far did you go to make this arrest?
We went to Gwinnett County. You had an individual that had harmed 2 citizens of this city. What we didn't know at the time, there was a third one in the region that had been carjacked as well. Mayor Dickens gave us a charge to continue to build a community trust, but fight crime smartly. And what you see behind me is fighting crime smartly.
APD says 35-year-old Brian Warren.
So it sounds like Mayor Dickens is doing all that he can. Unfortunately, the laws kind of, are counterintuitive to what the police are trying to do. Just keep these guys off of the streets. A lot of these dudes are just being spit back out. I'm sure this carjacking dude has went on a crime spree before, and it's only a matter of time before he actually takes somebody's life.
Warren has been charged with 2 counts of hijacking a motor vehicle, 2 counts of aggravated assault, and more in the Atlanta cases.
How many times did he pit this vehicle?
4 times.
Your assessment?
Based on the damage and for what I'm seeing, with 4 pit attempted on the car to get it to stop.
Bruh, he literally looks like my uncle, except like a light-skinned version.
With this being scuffed up the way it is, I would say those were very good pits that he did on the car to get it to come to a stop.
I just want to get him off the street as fast as I could.
APD indicated in one case, Warren allegedly, as he drove off, dragged a carjacked victim and her father who was trying to protect her. A spokesman said the Office of the Fulton County Public Defender represents Mr. Brian D. Warren The office is reviewing the charges and will provide Mr. Warren with zealous, effective, and timely representation while working tirelessly toward resolving his case. We are unable to comment further at this time. Mark Winnie, WSB Tonight.
New at 5, THC ice cream off the street in Coweta County.
A Lawrenceville man's under arrest for trafficking a lot of drugs, including fentanyl. Fox 5's Doug Evans reports.
Wow, so this man had THC ice cream and fentanyl pills disguised as Oxy. I mean, they're getting creative with the pills. The THC ice cream does sound appealing, I will say. But them pills, you gotta stay completely away from it. And honestly, I wouldn't even try his THC ice cream because he might throw some pills in that too. Crush them up and throw them in. For sprinkles, you know.
Could you step out of the car for me for just a minute? I'll tell you what you got.
LeVar Kirkland under arrest in a traffic stop on I-85 this past week. Coweta County deputies say the 42-year-old Lawrenceville man had been smoking pot when he was stopped for failure to maintain lane. Deputies say they...
Damn, this man was smoking in the car, hot as a fool. Smoking in the car. And then got work in the car. I mean, if you're going to smoke in the car, which I don't advise you to do, then at least don't have the work on you, bruh.
They found a large amount of cocaine, ecstasy, and meth in quantities that would lead to trafficking charges. Interesting, they also say they discovered a cooler filled with cups of...
These are the type of dudes who live out their cars, man.
THC ice cream. Deputies say they're concerned with fentanyl pills they discovered that they say were disguised as the pain pill oxycodone.
Wow.
To have pills disguised as something else, oxycodone is dangerous as is, but if you think you're taking oxycodone, it's actually fentanyl. You know, it's potentially deadly.
Yeah, that's. I mean, this dude, that's bad news, bro. And he's 42 years old. Woo!
Right from the start.
Coweta deputies say some of the drugs they found were hidden in Lipton tea canisters with a false bottom. They also say they found a loaded handgun. They say Kirkland is a convicted felon, should not have a firearm.
Uh-oh.
Deputies say Kirkland had large amounts of cash in his pocket, more than $14,000. LeVar Kirkland's being held here at the Coweta County Jail without bond. In Coweta County, Doug Evans, Fox 5 News.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
All right, guys, so I did want to do this story, and this is about rapper Q Money, Cleveland rapper Q Money. And he is charged in a deadly shooting of a fellow rapper, police say. So let's get into it. Cleveland rapper Q Money is accused of killing a fellow up-and-coming rapper from Cleveland on Monday in Georgia, police said. Kamar Williams of Avon is charged, or Avon, whatever, charged with murder in connection with the shooting death of a 24-year-old man in DeKalb County, about 10 miles outside Atlanta, according to DeKalb County Police spokesman Sergeant J.D. Spencer. Williams, whose only felony conviction in Cuyahoga County is 2014 drug trafficking conviction, is not in police custody, and DeKalb County Police are searching for him. Wow. DeKalb County Police have not yet released the identity of the man who was killed, but a police report says that both men knew each other because they are hip-hop artists from Cleveland. Spencer said they are awaiting confirmation that the man's family has been notified before releasing his identity. The man fatally shot in the right side of his head, according to the police report. The shooting happened inside a home about 8:30 a.m. Monday a Decatur home. Okay. A man who lived in the home told police he heard a gunshot, grabbed his gun, and ran downstairs, the police report says. He told police that he saw Williams with a gun in his hand standing over 24-year-old man's body, police reports say. He asked Williams what happened, and Williams only stuttered, "I," several times, according to police reports. Okay, so I don't know what he was doing. A lot of these dudes, they, this is the music industry. Could this have been his attempt at sacrificing his friend? Or maybe he was playing with the gun and whatnot. But it sounds like he did it intentionally. These dudes are evil, man. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all idolizing these rappers, and these dudes are just like wicked people. These super rapping gremlins are on demon time. The 24-year-old man ran upstairs and woke up a 23-year-old roommate, telling him that Q had done something, police reports say. So how did they get all this information? Does that mean they snitching? The two men ran downstairs and confronted Williams. The 23-year-old man took the gun from Williams, and the two men forced him out of the house and locked the door, according to the police reports. They called a friend who showed up later with a gun, according to the police report. Officers reported finding the 24-year-old man face down in the living room near several fired bullet casings and two guns in the kitchen. The 23-year-old man told police that 24-year-old man who was killed is his cousin and had been living at his home for about 3 or 4 days, police reports say. The police report also says that the home was equipped with working surveillance cameras. Williams is a rapper who became popular with the release of his song Work that garnered more than 8.5 million views on YouTube. He inked a record deal last year with Warner Bros. Records and Think It's a Game Records. Okay, so we see what record label he's with. Warner Brothers. Could this be his sacrifice so that he can rise in the ranks of the hip hop industry? Who knows? Violence broke out in Cleveland while Williams filmed his first music video under the new label, a song called Neat. Williams filmed at several locations in Cleveland on July 25th, 2018, including at Mark Trumba Park and London Liquor Store and St. Clair Avenue near East 62nd Street. His last stop that day was filming in the early morning hours outside the DPG Dog Pound Bar on St. Clair and East 186. Dozens of people followed him to each site, including the bar Williams left, but about 100 of the followers remained at the bar. Two women got into a fight. Another fight broke out and gunfire erupted, according to police in the surveillance video of the incident reviewed by Cleveland.com. So this guy, trouble follows him everywhere, and he brings it as well. 7 people were injured by gunfire, including 27-year-old Cortez Ruffin, who died days after the shooting. 2 people have been arrested in connection with the case, but charges were eventually dropped against both, probably because nobody would testify against them due to the no snitching law. So, hey. Williams, in the aftermath of the shooting, told Cleveland.com that he disturbed by the shooting and that he was disturbed by the shooting, I guess, and apologized to the victims. He said at the time he was particularly upset because he makes a point to not show prop guns in his videos. He said he pushed to have his first video recorded in the neighborhood where he grew up instead of Atlanta or Los Angeles. Williams grew up in St. Clair East 185th Street neighborhood and at the Park Place apartment complex on East Boulevard and East 105th Street. He graduated from Euclid High School in 2015. His popularity grew. All types of typos. His popularity grew until he was arrested in 2014 for drug trafficking in Cleveland and was sentenced to 30 days in jail. Wow, 30 days in jail for drug trafficking? Oh, shit. He said he missed the birth of his son, while he was serving his sentence and decided to leave the drug trade. I mean, 30 days ain't nothing. You know, Williams worked as a lifeguard at the Glenville Rec Center. So he was a lifeguard and he took somebody's life. Hey, you know, go figure. For a short time before work caught fire, he also released a popular Q Money Challenge, a dance-off that had people submit videos of themselves dancing to his music for $7,000 in prizes. Neat was released on August 18th, and his mixtape Ain't Ish Funny was released later that month. Warner Brothers record representatives did not return messages seeking comment. All right, guys, so some more information about rapper Q Money. He is convicted of murdering his friend while he slept. He killed his friend while the man slept. These super rapping gremlins are on demon time. So prosecutors said a jury found a 26-year-old man known by his stage name Q Money guilty of murdering his friend by shooting him multiple times, including in the head while he slept on an air mattress multiple times. The jury convicted Kumar Williams of malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, aggravated assault, and 2 gun possession charges. The shooting happened in April 2019. Police found 24-year-old Calvin Scotty Chappell dead with multiple gunshot wounds, including 1 to the head, at a home on Layway in Decatur. Investigators said Williams, Chappell, and several others were out to a club and returned home at around 5 a.m. On April 15, prosecutors said Chappell went to bed and Williams left to eat and returned home at around 6 a.m. That's when prosecutors said Williams snuck up on Chappell while he slept on an air mattress and shot him several times before fleeing the home. Prosecutors said he tried to shoot out security cameras before the deadly shooting. He also called a friend to delete the video later that day. Police said home surveillance video captured the shooting. Prosecutors and investigators still don't know why Williams shot and killed Chappell. I have some speculations. This story is very peculiar, very weird, but honestly, I think that he thought that he was making, and I genuinely think this, I think that he thought that he was making an Illuminati sacrifice in order to, you know, project his music career. Like, that's the only conclusion that I can come up with. The only conclusion, because he signed to Warner Brothers. He see other dudes' music going crazy when they're in like legal disputes, when they catch bodies. He tried to get away with the murders. They went through trial, convicted him. They still don't know why he did it. He won't give up the motive. I think he won't give up the motive because people will think he's crazy. But, you know, anyways, this guy is evil. He deserves the death penalty. I suggest by firing squad since he loves guns so much. And it's the same old story over and over again. These super rapping gremlins are on demon time.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.